I'm Peter from PROPRIETARY Uncut. Today I'm going to be looking at a Falco Epos carbon. They don't make this any longer, and it was their flagship bow up until about 2 or 3 years ago-ish. Although it is widely available on the internet, I looked around this morning and yep, it's still for sale. This one came from Silver Archery, and yeah, I think there's quite a large stock of them still, which is bizarre. So obviously the main, because you can't buy them from Falco direct. If you go on Falco's site, they're no longer available. But if you shop around, Google, Bing, whatever you use, yeah, they're on there. This is, and was their flagship bow in the day. It's a 62-inch reflex DEFLEX longbow, and it has got, so I've written it down so I don't forget about it. It has got in the rider Purple Heart, LACEWOOD, LACEWOOD, Purple Heart, and Olive Ash. No, sorry, I think the Olive Ash is the limb veneer. Bamboo cores, and apparently they're proprietary carbon. So this was built for World Archery and IFAA regulations in the day. But I personally thought that was minimum 64-inch bow, and I checked the World Archery apparently is 1.5 meters strung, so from there to there in the strung position. But there you go. That's neither here nor there. I'm just here to show a beautiful looking bow. Shame they don't make it now, and I think they've got anything sort of like remote. I mean, they're reflex DEFLEX hybrid longbows. I think they're 64s now, so maybe the new ones are World Archery. But anyway, so just have a look at this glorious bow. It really is a stunning piece of kit. So I'm pretty sure that is the Olive Ash luminous. There's the Falco sign. This is 40 at 28. I mean, look at the glue lines. Look at that. Crowned, thumb rest, thumb swell. Put your lifeline down there. Just absolutely stunning. Fast flight Flemish string. So let's get into the limb tips. Hopefully that will focus. Yeah, looks good. Just a work of art. Their current lineup, a little bit more colourful, strangely enough. But yeah, go on to, and I'll put the link into Falco, so you can have a look at their current lineup. But as I say, this is a very, very fast bow because it's their proprietary carbon. Because of that mass weight in the right, it's very, very solid. It feels good in the hand. You've got some heft there. Anyway, usual things. I will check the brace height, check the poundage, 28 inches, shoot a selection of arrows, and show the bow again. So, right, brace height is between 7.5 and 8 inches. This one is, I think it's 7.5. Right, I've got, yeah, it's, the string might stretch because that's a smidge under. I mean, less than a 16th of an inch. I'm not going to bother changing it. So, if there's a little bit of a twang or something like that, it'll be because it still needs to be worked in. Poundage at 28 inches. That's the usual. There's my. So set at 28. Nylon block. Rusty scales. Sure, don't touch them. And just look at the limb profile. Say it's a very mild reflex DEFLEX limb. Sorry, yeah, but it does. You see, it just open out there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Solid. Very, very smooth. It's only £40. And as near as damn 39.5, 40. I mean, it's there. It's good enough for me. I'll put it up one more time. So 40 to 28. I think, yeah. Why nice. It's definitely it's a fraction over 40, but oh no, might smidge over them. Yeah, I've got it onto the 40 now, so I'm going to say 39.5, but let's not quibble. Let's call it 40 at 28. Right. So usual arrows, starting heavy first. 250 spine. This has got a 315 grain pole, 150 grain insert, so 465 up front. Total weight of 765 grains. Well, 128 feet per second. That is slightly weak. I don't bother to check. I think they've just cut to centre. Just look yourself. Let's hold that. So actually, best if I do it that way, and then I can see that I'm holding it right. Where are we? That's about. Maybe it's not such a good idea. Anyway, 2 cent. I mean, I think at the time the rise was cut to WA regulations. I say this is a 62-inch bow. My understanding was always I think it was a minimum of 64, 66 for WA approved bows, but again, because there's no information on the Falco site, you're just going on adverts that you find from other shops, so you just glean what you can. Right, so that was 128 feet per second. Yep. With a 765 grain arrow and a 40-pound bow. Another 250 spine. It's got 100 grain insert and 250 grains pile, so 350 up front. And 136 feet per second. And just looking at the knock. I don't think you can hear it, but obviously you can say I think it needs the bracelet needs to be worked on just a little bit, because I can just feel that little bit of a twang. Gold. Right, 340 spine, 200 grain pole, 150 grain insert, 350 up front. Total weight of. Sorry, the last one was 648. I didn't mention that. So that last arrow was 648 grains and 136 feet per second. This is a 340 spine, and this is 606 grains. $142 feet per second. It's no slouch, and actually felt quieter, strangely enough. Sorry, it felt quiet. It sounded quieter to me, but it felt like there was less of a buzz in the handle. Maybe the string's just settling. This is a brand new bow. Right. Another 340 spine. That last one was 142. This is 200 grain pole, 100 grain insert, so 300 up front, and total weight of 557. Last one was 142 feet per second. This is, yeah, 557. At 147 feet per second, and very stiff. So 557 grains, 147 feet per second. Right, 400 spine, 200 grain pole, 150 grain insert, 350 up front. Total weight of 595. From memory, I'm pretty sure I went on the site, couldn't find a minimum. Or if I did, it was like 8 to 10. They do sell, Falco do sell carbon arrows, but all the pictures, they're all showing wooden arrows. I think they sell wooden arrows. I I think a lot of people shoot these with woods. Anyway, so this is a 400 spine, 595 grains. And 144 feet per second, slightly stiff. 595 grains, that's pretty good going. Another 400 spine. This is 175 pile, 100 grain insert, so 275 up front, total weight of 528 grains. The last one was 144. There was a twang on that one, really weird. 150 feet per second. What did I say it was? So 528 grain arrow, 150 feet per second. I'm going to move those out of the way because it's starting to get a little bit messy down there. There's no real felt vibration. I think it's more the anticipation of the twang of the arrow. You know, like some bows, you feel your arm shaking. I don't even feel it in there. As I say, because of the mass weight of the riser, it feels really nice to shoot. So anyway, 500 spine, 171 grains, 170 grain pile, 150 grain insert, so 321 up front or 320. Total weight of 540 grains. That last one was 150, this one 540. Yeah, 540 grains. As usual, in the description I'll put the correct weights and the correct speeds. 540 grains. .153 feet per second, stiff, but less felt vibration, or it's just like less noise I felt. Right, 500 spine, 100 grain insert, 170 grain pile, total weight of 493. Oh yeah, I think that I'm not going below 8 grains per pound on this bow. Last one was 153 feet per second. 106. Oh, tell you what, I'm just looking down the knock. I hit the 160 feet per second with 593 grain arrow. That was the quietest. It felt like the nicest arrow out of the lot so far. So again, muck around with your brace height a little bit. So this definitely needs to be shot in. And you've got a really nice bow. I say these, I can't remember how much. I don't know what their lead time is. But okay, I'll put on the link to Falco's website. But these are, you know, for immediate dispatch because they're old stock, are all around Europe, as far as I know. In fact, I think I even saw some American shops that had these on. If you just Google, if you go into a search engine and put in Falco Epos carbon, they'll come up. That was 160 feet per second with a 493 grain arrow. Right, 500 spine, 25. Again, I'll put the correct one in there. This is a total weight of 362 grains. Standard alley inserts, or whatever they are, 14 grains or something. 178 feet per second. That's nice. You know, for 3D, that'd be good. 178 feet per second, 40-pound bow. My old favourite, the Victory V-Force Juniors. I was going through. I always say these are 351 grains, but apparently today when I weighed it was 344. Possibly because of the fleshing, the half fell off. I don't know. Anyway, today it measured 344 grams. What's that? £40 bow. So, yeah, 432. So 320 would be your minimum, 8 grains per pound. Let's say 344. And 181 feet per second. Maybe it's got a 125 on them because the 500 spine with 150 grain up front was a straighter arrow. So 181 feet per second. And I'm not going, that's well into advance of your 8 grains per pound. That is the Falco Epos carbon. There you go. Will that focus? Yeah, it should do. There's that olive ash veneer, you know, clear glass olive ash veneer. Beautifully made. I do believe they're Estonian, but again, double check. Yeah, Falco vintage. Look at that. And apparently this is their own proprietary carbon. And I do like their limb tips. Focus. There you go. Right. So that's it for field archery uncut. I'm going the wrong way.